I want you to imagine a small black box. It sits in a basement in Princeton, New Jersey. It has no camera. It has no microphone. It has no connection to the news. It does only one thing. It generates random numbers, ones and zeros. It flips a digital coin 200 times a second. According to the laws of statistics, over time, the result should be 50% ones and 50% zeros. It should be a flat line of randomness. But sometimes, the line isn't flat. Sometimes the machine starts spitting out patterns. In 1998, scientists at Princeton University launched the Global Consciousness Project. They placed these boxes, nicknamed eggs, in 65 cities around the world, from Tokyo to New York to London. They wanted to test a radical hypothesis. Does human consciousness create a field? If billions of people focus on the same event at the same time, does it change the physical world? For years, the eggs chattered away randomly. But on the morning of September 11, 2001, something impossible happened. At 8:46 a.m., the first plane hit the North Tower, but the machines didn't react at 8:46. They reacted 4 hours earlier. At 4 a.m., while New York was still sleeping, the random number generators around the globe suddenly synchronized. The entropy, chaos, dropped. The eggs started generating massive streaks of organized numbers. The odds of this happening by chance are 1 in a trillion. It looked as if the machines were screaming. The scientists were baffled. How could a machine know the future? The terrorist attacks hadn't happened yet. The planes hadn't even taken off. But the data suggests that a massive wave of precognition rippled through the human collective consciousness. Billions of people unconsciously felt the trauma approaching, and that emotional energy was so strong that it bent the laws of probability inside a computer chip. To understand how this is possible, we have to look at the theory of the Noosphere. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, a French philosopher, proposed that just as the Earth has a biosphere, a layer of life, and an atmosphere, a layer of air, it also has a noosphere, a layer of thought. He argued that human minds are not isolated islands. We are connected like neurons in a global brain. Usually our thoughts are chaotic. Everyone is thinking about different things: dinner, work, love. The noise cancels itself out. But when a global event happens, a tragedy, a funeral, a celebration, our thoughts synchronize. We all focus on the same thing. The global brain wakes up. The Global Consciousness Project found that this synchronization affects matter. When Princess Diana was buried, the eggs spiked. When the 2004 tsunami hit, the eggs spiked, again, before the wave hit the shore. This implies that consciousness is not just chemical signals inside your skull. It is a field, a force, like gravity or electromagnetism. And like any force, it can push things. This challenges everything we know about physics. Quantum mechanics has the observer effect, the idea that looking at a particle changes it. The GCP suggests the mass observer effect. If billions of people observe the same reality with intense emotion, fear, grief, love, they physically alter the randomness of the universe. They create order out of chaos. We are not just watching history. We are shaping it with our minds. The most disturbing part of the 9/11 data is the timing. Why did the machines react before the event? It suggests that the noosphere doesn't just exist in the present, it exists outside of time. In physics, time is symmetric. Equations work forwards and backwards. Perhaps an event as traumatic as 9/11 releases a shockwave in time. Just as an explosion sends a sound wave through the air, a massive emotional event might send a consciousness wave backwards through the timeline. We felt the pain before the wound was inflicted. This connects to the phenomenon of premonition. People often report feelings of dread before a disaster. Mothers sense when their children are hurt. Usually we dismiss this as coincidence, but the Princeton machines are not biological. They don't have intuition. They don't have anxiety. They deal in cold, hard math. And the math says the future bleeds into the past. This leads to a terrifying question. If the machines spiked before 9/11, could we use them as an early warning system? Could we build a consciousness radar? If the eggs start spiking tomorrow for no reason, does it mean something terrible is about to happen in 4 hours? Are we seeing the shadow of a monster that hasn't arrived yet? The Global Consciousness Project ran for 20 years. Decades of data showed odds against chance are trillions to 1. Skeptics argue it's just pattern seeking and noise, but the correlation with major world events is undeniable. It suggests humanity as a collective. When we hurt, the world hurts. When we focus, the laws of physics bend. We are walking around thinking we are alone, but we are actually holding hands with 8 billion people in the dark. And when we squeeze, the universe feels it. The machines are still running, listening to the static of the human soul, watching, waiting for the next spike. We are all connected. Subscribe. We are all connected. Subscribe.